All right, well, let's keep going. I told you I'd tell you one from history, one from the scriptures, and one from modern day, and I don't want to keep you all night. So let's talk about this one from the scriptures. Joseph of Egypt is the one I chose. Most people haven't read the story of Joseph, but a lot of people have seen the play. Who's seen the play? All right, Joseph has a great voice. You heard the music? Jacob and son. Yeah, right, okay. That was they didn't hire me for some reason. Now, I don't know if the play, which most people are familiar with, and the book, which most people haven't read, are the same. I don't know if Joseph had that good of a voice or if Pharaoh looked like Elvis. But let's just focus on the text part, not the play. This is the only picture I could find that I think adequately shows the emotion for Joseph. So if you read the text, Joseph seems a bit like an arrogant teenage boy. Anybody ever met one of those, an arrogant teenage boy before? Anybody sitting next to one want to point them out to us? And let me give you a little piece of advice. If you have a dream you're going to rule over somebody, go ahead and keep that to yourself. Don't go shout that in the rooftops. Jot it in the old journal. Close that up for later. Because Joseph tells his brothers, God has shown me that one day I will rule over you. Now, what he did compared to their response is not okay. An older sibling's job is to put up with a little sibling's annoying things that they do. That's your job. God sent you first on purpose. You're not equals. They're younger than you, and your job is to... Reuben, Simeon, Judah, somebody should have took him aside and said, listen, little bro, can I talk to you for a sec? Yeah. Hey, you're not winning any friends here, pal. What do you mean? Well, you really can't talk like that. Right? Now, if you'll stick with me, I'll help you. But instead, what do? They sell it. Now, some of you are like, ooh, is this a possibility? How much are we talking here? What's the market going for little brothers these days? Now, I know that you're sometimes annoyed with them, and sometimes they bother you, and sometimes you don't want to be around them, but none of you would do this. None of you, in all seriousness, would do this. You would never turn your back on a little sibling who is begging for mercy. Not acting like they're begging for mercy, not from a tickle torture, not from being spit on. My brother used to pin me down. You ever do that? He'd pin me down by my arms, and then he'd just slowly go to spit on me, and it would slowly drip from his mouth, and I'm like, don't, right? That's begging for mercy. But this is the point where they sell him, and he's pleading with them for help, because these strangers are taking him away, and he's looking at his brothers for help, and they turn on him. We find out chapters later that the pleadings of Joseph haunted them. His face, his screams for help, it haunted them. Just like it would any of you. It would haunt you. It would come in your dreams. Well, Joseph is sold. And who is he sold to? We all know this story. To? Who is that? The Egyptians. What's his name? Potiphar. He's sold to Potiphar, a member of the Egyptian military. And, you got to hand it to Joseph. I don't know how you deal with that kind of betrayal. You ever had that kind of betrayal in your life? Where those who are supposed to love you betray you? You don't just bounce back from that. Nobody bounces back from that.